This is my first video on YouTube. I've been watching what's been going on in the world for quite a few years now, and there's a lot of negative information out there at the moment about the future. And what I wanted to do is just make a video to kind of put a perspective into it, my perspective into it, from the Canadian standpoint. I'm a Canadian, I live in Winnipeg. And I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm thinking about what's happening here. I guess the biggest topic on the agenda will be the Americans' economic future, which of course is quite important to the Canadians due to the fact that we are a major trading partner, and any impact down there will have a significant impact up here as well. You also have to worry about things like the North American Union that seems to be coming along. It looks like there are plans in place to unify Mexico, Canada, and the United States, and that's going to have a significant impact if it goes forward. Another thing is, of course, the price of oil today. You're looking at $125, $130 a barrel for oil. It's been going steadily upward, and of course you know that oil is a major input in all of our commodities or all of our lives, so it's very important to know what might be happening there. And of course there's global warming, which is being touted as being a major problem for the planet, and may or may not be caused by human activity. There's a lot of positive and negative argument about that. Then, of course, there's the more recently publicized food crisis that seems to be unfolding right now, and of course that'll have an impact on what the future is for everyone. So basically this video is an introductory thing covering a little bit of all those things and the perspective I have on it, or as one Canadian, and I just want to espouse my views and see what what I'm thinking about these things and how I've come to these conclusions. I guess the big thing is how to decide what to believe. You've got on every topic I just mentioned, there's positive and negative, or one's left and right sides to both, and it's very confusing trying to figure out which one or which side is accurate. I guess my synopsis would be that the real truth is somewhere in the middle. There's the extreme naysayers, or the negative people who want you to go run and hide in a cave today, and there's the other guys who say that everything's fine, everything's going to continue to tick along just like it has for the last, my lifetime anyways. So my perspective would be that I use 6 different points to make my decisions to into what to believe in. So I guess let's first start by saying what they are. And the first thing is, number 1 is common sense. Apply common sense to what you're hearing. Try to read between the lines of everything you see on the mainstream news, or even on the internet. I mean, the internet's got a different perspective, obviously, than the mainstream media does, and some of the information that's given is really not necessarily true. So you got to make sure you do a little bit of research just to find out what facts you can verify yourself. That's number 2. What facts can you verify yourself? What's been said. Number 3 would be, what does history tell you? If there's been something similar in history before, what happened? You can look at different scenarios. With the internet we have now, it's possible to research just about anything, and it's a very good idea to have a look at what's happened in other economies or other countries or in the past. And then another thing is, if you believe in conspiracy theories, you've got to, I guess, try to figure out what the reasoning is behind them, and what the real deal is, as far as what the motivations for a conspiracy are. Is it Is it lizard beings from the fourth dimension, or is it greedy people, or is it the devil? You got to rationalize that yourself. Another thing to look at when you're looking at a position on any of the above topics, or you have to think about where's the money. Is somebody making money, or is there a motive, an economic motive for saying what they're saying? And that's another important factor to look at, because obviously people are greedy and they do want to make money, and they'll do it. You can see that throughout history, people just tend to distort things to get their economic advantage. Another thing I would caution you on is things like people who say there's definite trends that will occur on a certain day or date, or certain values of a commodity, for example, that will be such and such a value by such and such a date. Those people are kind of usually out to lunch. So you got to be very cautious about that. Here's an example right now. Just to give you a perspective, I've been following this trend for quite a few years. Here's a book I got in 1992 that talks about the end of the world happening in 1995. Now, this, at the time when reading the book, there's lots of facts and figures indicating the skyrocketing debt in the United States and reckless economic policies that would definitely cause the end of the world for bankruptcy by 1995. So obviously that didn't happen. But if you look at one man's perspective on it only and believe it, you can be misled, so that you don't really have the facts. Once you've decided what you think is right, there's obviously some things you can do about it. But the biggest problem in doing something about it, danger, is that people tend to do things based on knowledge they don't have. So before you decide to make an action in any direction, consider the risks of following down a certain path, and try to verify that you have the correct information at hand before you do anything.